24th Fisheries Forum underway. Landowners urged to follow process. And NHC tenants set to receive titles. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. The 24th Forum Fisheries Committee Ministerial Meeting and the 6th Regional Fisheries Ministers Meeting are currently underway in Niue.
The regional leaders arrived to a warm welcome in Niue. Hosted by the government of Niue and coordinated by the Pacific Islands Forum Fisheries Agency, or FFA, the meeting brings together regional fisheries ministers and senior officials to chart a sustainable future for Pacific fisheries. Prime Minister of Niue, Dalton Tagelagi, encouraged the leaders to reinforce unity and shared purpose across the region. The 3 days conversations covered priorities such as the fisheries roadmap, the Chess Ocean Literacy Initiative, the progress on the implementation of FFA's climate change strategy, and the East New Britain Initiative. Further discussions included updates on fisheries development initiatives, the independent refresh and performance review of FFA, the 2050 strategy, and the review of regional architecture. The ministerial meeting concluded today with the ministers agreeing on priorities ahead of the Pacific Islands Forum Leaders Meeting in Solomon Islands this September. Amanda Elaitia, National EMTV News.
Women working behind the scenes across the Pacific fisheries sector were celebrated in Niue last night as the latest edition of Moana Voices was honored during the opening ceremony of the 24th Forum Fisheries Committee Ministerial Meeting.
The celebration, hosted by the government of Niue, formed the second part of the official opening ceremony, shedding light on Pacific women whose critical contributions in fisheries often go unseen. From compliance officers to inspectors to processors and policy leaders, their stories took center stage. The program was attended by regional delegates, partners and local dignitaries. Traditional dances and singing provided a fitting Pacific backdrop as leaders and guests honor the women whose stories too often go unheard. The Moana Voices series is an ongoing initiative by the Pacific Islands Forum Fisheries Agency, or FFA, to amplify the voices of women in fisheries, highlighting their essential but often unseen roles. This latest edition, revived after a few years' gap, continues that mission to ensure women's contributions are visible, valued, and recognized. Amanda Elaitia, National EMTV News.
Police Commissioner David Manning is urging the landowners at the Rauna 2 hydro station in Central Province to follow proper processes to resolve their grievances.
This comes after warnings issued to the government regarding an attempt by the landowners to interrupt the water supply to the National Capital District. Landowners of Sirinumu Dam and Rauna Hydro earlier this week demanded for their outstanding payments to be sorted out by the national government. The landowners expressed they seek a prompt response. Meanwhile, Commissioner Manning stated there are proper channels to go through in resolving such disputes, and attempts to interrupt such essential services only worsens the situation for every citizen in the National Capital District. After receiving reports on attempted extortion by the landowners, Commissioner Manning gave mandate to the Divisional Commander of National Capital District and Central to oversee police response at the Hydro 2 station. Manning said police have zero tolerance for those who threaten essential services. He said he is aware of actions and threats of groups involved along with their leaders. Police will provide continuous operations to ensure the situation is contained and essential services are not interrupted. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
About 300 National Housing Corporation tenants at the Calgary area in Port Moresby will receive land titles with the assistance of Moresby South member Justin Tchenko.
This was announced today at the signing of the contract of sale between homeowners and the National Housing Corporation at the Gabutu Don Bosco Technical Institute. During the signing, a total of 5 tenants of the National Housing Corporation signed a contract of sale with NHC. A contract of sale is the transfer of housing ownership from one party to another. Foreign Affairs Minister and Moresby South member Justin Tchenko said he does not want to see his people evicting a home that they have lived in for years.
The last thing, as your leader and as your member for Moresby South, the last thing I want to see is you be evicted or removed from a home that you've had for so many years. That's the last thing I want to see.
Mr. Tchenko said over 2 years ago, his office had helped with over 100,000 kina to settle the outstanding debts. He added that the other 295 homeowners will sign the contract of sale starting Monday.
Every day after that, at the National Housing Corporation, we will schedule at least 20 or 30 families to go to NHC headquarters, where you'll be doing exactly the same all week and next week as well. The only reason why you're not doing it all here today is because these are legal documents, and if we were to bring 300 files and documents here, we would need probably 4 or 5 trucks, and also the legality of it all will be questioned.
The minister further explained on the processes after the signing of the contract of sale.
For all the other 300 plus documentation and houses, when your titles are ready, the Governor and I will come on board together to settle with NHC your outstanding arrears and fees.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Controller of the Porgera State of Emergency, Chief Superintendent Joseph Tondop, thanked all security forces that assisted during the polling for Porgera Paila by-election.
Chief Superintendent Joseph Tondop said the election was a different experience as citizens stood in the line and completed polling without fear. He said they witnessed individuals mark their ballot papers on their free will and women were not intimidated. Mr. Tondop added the polling was quiet with no gunfire, no fighting or arguments encountered at the polling area. Chief Superintendent Tondop revealed that the hijack of 8 boxes at Yambali landslip area before reaching Mulitaka station on day 1 of the polling was a pre-planned criminal activity by an alleged terrorist group. He confirmed the group involved in suppressing the rights of the Mulitaka people will face full force of the law. Meanwhile, the access road to Wabeg will soon open to allow everyone return to the various stations. Mr. Tondop is in close consultation with responsible authorities to make sure no further delays and that everyone can return home safely. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Following recent threats from the Koyari landowners to shut down water and power supply in demand for their outstanding payments, the opposition leader is calling on the government to honor landowner agreements that are in place. The opposition leader Douglas Tomuriesa said while money is being paid out to other resource sectors, landowners, districts and provincial government, the Kikori landowners deserve their payments too.
we need to give them what we promised them. They have given us their resource for the benefit of many and for the benefit of our capital city. They've given up their land so that the hydropower station can be built on their land. A lot of their forefathers have passed without benefiting.
He said agreements between landowners and the government must always be honored.
If we haven't honored our part of the bargain, I think it's about time we put our feet where our mouth is and deliver to the people. I do sympathize with the people of Koyari, and I would like to get them to sit with the government officials, PNG Power, and amicably sort out this issue.
Mr. Tomuriesa said the opposition is willing to be the mediator between them and the government.
From the opposition, if we have to go up and talk to them and sit down and hear them out so that we can come back and talk to the government, we are willing to do that. We are willing to go up and sit down with the landowners, hear their issues, and bring back the issues to the Prime Minister and get the Prime Minister and the ministers responsible to deal with it.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you,
Yum.
stir fry for you, and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
From humble beginnings 30 years ago, Daytech is now the largest communications technology solutions and services provider in PNG. We have intensified our solution and service offering with sound business practices and a strong affiliation with some of the largest technology providers in the world. Daytech does not only strive towards supplying goods with total customer satisfaction, but we innovate and provide value-added services. Daytech, innovative solutions, valued services.
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. We're taking things up a notch. This week, contestants get to perform to the theme Symphonic Rock. We also get to find out who makes it through to the top 8.
Mama Ground.
Join us this Sunday at 7:30. Only on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. With Mineral Resources Development Company buying off 70% of MVIL shares, member for Sinisine Yongumul Kerengakua says this is unfair concentration of national wealth. said MRDC is the manager of resource provinces that are already benefiting from resource projects. With MRDC buying majority of Motor Vehicle Insurance Limited shares, the national wealth will now be concentrated only in the resource provinces, leaving other provinces in a state of poverty.
Motor Vehicle Insurance Company is a company whose operation gives benefits to the whole of Papua New Guinea. You take out its assets, you give it to MRDC, you're giving it to 5 or so provinces. What's the equity in that? Shouldn't you rather leave it for the benefit of the whole of this country?
Mr. Kua said this will lead to instability in the country.
When people begin to see that others are so well off and the others are teetering on the verge of all kinds of financial and economic problems will arise. They will create problems. We will not feel as if we belong to one country because we are traveling on 4 or 5 different economic speeds. And those traveling at a faster speed are going to be well off, those lagging behind. So if you're a state and if you're a mature and responsible political leader, you got to make sure that everybody is traveling at the same, more or less the same economic and financial speed.
The MP and the opposition are calling on institutional organizations to look into this matter.
Ombudsman Commission, ICAC, Police, POMSOX, National Securities Commission, these 5 state institutions to start investigating this matter.
Through the signing of a consultant agreement between the National Fisheries Authority and Japan's Fisheries Engineering in Tokyo yesterday, a proposed fisheries project in Kavieng, New Island Province, is set to commence in November.
The project is set to cost around 111 million kina, with 92 million kina funded by the Japan International Cooperation Agency and 20 million kina committed by PNG government through the NFA. Demolition works are scheduled to complete at the end of August 2025 for the official groundbreaking ceremony in September. Speaking during the signing was the National Fisheries Authority Managing Director Justin Ilakini, who thanked the government and the people of Japan for gifting NFA the project. Mr. Ilakini said this project will be a significant turning point for the fisheries sector and the people of Papua New Guinea. President of Fisheries Engineering, Asida Akira, assured all parties that preparatory works are on schedule. Present to witness the signing were officials from Department of National Planning and Department of Foreign Affairs, along with the NFA team. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
In a significant milestone for Papua New Guinea's fisheries sector, the National Fisheries Authority yesterday signed 2 new memorandums of understanding with Japan's Overseas Fishery Corporation Foundation, valued at more than 2.5 million kina.
The newly signed MOUs encompass the provision of essential goods and services and include a broader fisheries development assistance for Pacific Island nations agreement. In his official remarks, NFA Managing Director Justin Ilakini said NFA's partnership with OFCF has delivered tangible outcomes through programs and projects valued at over $6.5 million since 2008. These include the FDA PIN, TrapNet initiatives, technical advisory services, value-adding activities, and grants for goods and services that have directly benefited PNG's coastal and offshore fisheries. OFCF is a Japanese government-affiliated institution mandated to provide technical and grant assistance in fisheries cooperation, particularly to countries that maintain bilateral offshore fisheries access agreement with Japan. The signing ceremony, held at OFCF headquarters in Tokyo, was led by NFA Managing Director Justin Ilakini and OFCF President Mr. Sirasu Toshiro. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Milimbe province joined the country in commemorating the 44th Remembrance Day yesterday at the popular war monument in Alotau.
Alotau's early morning showers failed to dampen the Remembrance Day commemoration at the popular war monument. Drenched in ceremonial attire, the police catafalque party marched on to take its position around the monument. Milimbe Administrator Dr. Igor Gari paid tribute to honor Milimbe servicemen that died in the line of duty. He said the day is a memorial day observed to honor members of the disciplined forces who lost their lives during World War I, World War II, and other military engagements within Papua New Guinea and abroad. All Milimbe ex-servicemen from the PNG Defence Force attended in their uniforms, adorned proudly with their service medals, one of whom was Milimbe ex-serviceman President Colonel Jack Maniana. Milimbe Provincial Police Commander Benjamin Kua was also present for the significant event. A small but respectful crowd gathered around the monument after the heavy showers subsided to watch the end of the celebration. Natasha Ovoy, National EMTV News.
The Papua New Guinea defense exercise Antaplong All is in its second phase today after WeWork team successfully delivered the Chief of Defense message to the Medeng team.
After the handover in Medeng, the soldiers crossed the Gogol Bridge and continued to Ramu with great positivity to deliver the letter to the team in Leh. The Medeng soldiers left Ramu Valley Secondary at around 4 a.m. today and will stop over at Waterise Primary School. The total distance expected to be covered today is 40 kilometers. According to Medeng troop leader Captain Robert Parker, they remain determined to complete their mission despite some troops having bruises and sore body parts from the journey. Commanding officer of the engineer battle, Lieutenant Colonel Moro Rugby, being part of the troop brings a lot of motivation to the team. Lieutenant Colonel Rugby walked for 50 kilometers in the first 2 days. He walked from Bates Oval to Gogol Bridge with the soldiers and then rested for the day, and then continued to Tapo Bridge and rested for the second day. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Tabare Local Level Government Council area in Simbu Province celebrated the grand opening of a new 6-in-1 classroom and library funded by the Sinisine Yongumul District Development Authority with support by Benchmark Coffee Traders and Queen Pets Products Limited.
Dinima Primary School, situated along the portion of the main Highlands Highway, displayed in celebration how significant a new classroom, building and library is to them. Dinima Primary School is a Level 8 school with 14 teachers and 408 students, of whom the infrastructure will be of much benefit too. Embracing the occasion was local MP Keranga Kua.
Today marks a very special occasion because we are going to open this new building, which we are standing in now, some of us are sitting in now, to commence operation in pursuance of education.
Kua said Simbu may not have natural resources, but it does have human resources, and therefore developing human capital must be their core business.
No country can develop itself without education, good quality education. That's the only one proven pathway to progress of a country, progress of a people. Education is it, nothing else.
Simbu Provincial Advisor for Education, Mrs. Kutna Bepwick, while thanking MP Kua for supporting education in the district, urged surrounding communities to take ownership of the new infrastructure and to also look after their teachers.
Meanwhile, Mr. Kua made this highlight to concerned institutions.
Last year, we distributed a lot of money to all the 24 primary schools in our district. And I'm yet to get a full report. Each of the primary schools received about 96,000 kina. Whilst at the same time we distributed some level of funding to the high schools, to the secondary school, and to the one teachers college we have.
He appealed that he needs the reports on these funds as parents and stakeholders alike need to be advised accordingly that funds are being used wisely. Natasha Ovoy, National, MTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The kina closed lower at 0.2416 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying 0.2341 US dollars, 0.3518 Australian dollars, 0.1907 euro, and 33.93 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Goodpilla mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Goodpilla data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
So fresh, so clean with Sunso.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we chat with Kapari Urban Rugby Touch.
It's been quite a challenge trying to bring everybody together.
And we take you on a sports media professional's journey.
I'm currently a graphic designer and multimedia production as well.
Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your #1 to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Moving to overseas news, Palestinians and international aid organizers are begging countries to force Israel to allow more food into Gaza. Israel is resisting a cause, saying that its policy of restricting aid entering Gaza is helping isolate the militant group Hamas.
The Ministry of Health in Gaza says another 10 Palestinians died of malnutrition yesterday. That takes the full toll of malnutrition deaths to 110, including more than 80 children. The World Food Programme says 1/4 of Gaza's population, that's around 500,000 people, is now living in famine-like conditions. And the sicknesses associated from an acute shortage of food are also rising at rapid rates. Doctors in Gaza say that because Israel is attacking new parts of the Strip, such as Deir al-Balah in the centre, there's a high number of casualties, and the urgent need to treat those patients is preventing them from treating the rising number of malnutrition cases.
The United Nations Top Court has found countries that fail to take measures to prevent climate change could be a violation of international law. The landmark is ruling has paved the way for countries to sue each other for failing to reduce emissions.
Well, this was a historic moment in international law and one that could change the course of future climate action across the world.
Let this be the moment when we see a change.
And I think it sends a strong message for all of us and to young people everywhere that there is still hope.
It's been described as a David and Goliath battle after a group of Pacific students were able to bring the world's biggest problem to the world's highest court through a global campaign led by Vanuatu but backed by 130 countries, including Australia.
We are in Vanuatu, we're one of the most vulnerable nations to climate change, and so we can feel very anxious, especially coming from a small island developing state, and you see how many larger polluting countries just continue business as usual.
For the first time, the International Court of Justice was asked to decide what obligations states have to prevent climate change and what are the consequences if they fail. The court found that if countries fail to take measures to prevent climate change, they could be in violation of international law, and that countries harmed by climate change could be entitled to compensation and even sue other countries for damage that they've suffered from rising global temperatures.
The court thus concludes that under international law, the human right to a clean, healthy and sustainable environment is essential for the enjoyment of other human rights.
This is a victory for our planet, for climate justice, and for the power of young people to make a difference.
This landmark ruling is non-binding, but it is seen as a potential turning point in international climate law. The ruling has been welcomed by legal experts and environmental groups who say that it's a win for small nations and islands who want to take legal action against big polluting countries for failing to reduce their emissions.
Australia has lifted trade restrictions on US beef is a key concern of the Trump administration. Imports of beef slaughtered in the United States but raised in Mexico in Canada had been banned by security grounds.
Government saying that it's done the work over the past decade really to analyse the biosecurity situation in the United States and North America more broadly, Canada and Mexico, and says it's now safe to resume beef imports from the US involving cattle that were raised in Mexico and Canada. That's been, I suppose, the sticking point. 6 or 7 years ago, the government eased restrictions on beef that was raised in the United States, slaughtered in the US and then imported to Australia. But there's been almost no trade because the US says the markets are too intertwined with Mexico and Canada. So now those restrictions have been eased somewhat further, allowing cattle that is born in Mexico or born in Canada but slaughtered in the US to come to Australia. All this being said, we're not expecting a huge surge in imports. There's simply not an enormous amount of demand for American beef. Australia is a major exporter of its own beef to the United States. There's a much larger trade in that direction than anything we're expecting to come the other way. But this has been a major sticking point in trade negotiations with the US. President Donald Trump himself mentioned this issue during a trade press conference in the Rose Garden at the White House a few months ago, as he was announcing his Liberation Day tariffs, pointing to this specific issue of beef exports to Australia as a major sticking point. So while the government is saying there is no link between this decision and that trade dispute with the United States, these tariffs that have been placed by the US on Australia, they say biosecurity and trade are very different issues. The government is continuing to place pressure on the United States to ease those tariffs.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company. Totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Tell them shorty come get it. Come grind on me, but met it. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell them who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell them who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Join us weekly on MTV News, A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
appealing to all the residents.
Business,
We launched its VPN,
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems,
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Well-trained officials are key to sporting success. A new course in Leh is helping strengthen boxing's technical side in PNG.
The course was led by Seru Wipi, an international referee and judge from Fiji. He says boxing lacks pathways for referees and judges.
It's one thing that I picked up quite early with my engagement with boxing is the lack of pathway for the referees and judges.
He elaborated on boxing engagements.
It's all about engaging the interest and the passion and developing, upskilling and developing the passion that they have.
Meanwhile, the General Secretary for PNG Boxing Union, Martin Leary, says technical officials are vital to any sport. Leary added that when the technical side is weak, it affects athlete performances.
If we don't develop our officiating group, which is the technical part of any sport, and we don't pay attention to it, it affects the quality of the kind of athletes we produce.
With the technical training in lay in preparation for the boxing championships commencing today, Mr. Leary thanks sponsors like Kumul Mineral Holdings Limited and the National Finance for their continued support. 10 associations are competing in the national championships. Top boxers will be selected for the international events, including Tahiti Championships in September. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The Moro Rugby Union 2025 season kicked off in style with a dominant Royals team sending a strong message early.
They came, they saw and they conquered. Consort Royals wasted no time making their presence felt in the Moro Rugby Union 15th season opener. Royals stressed Kempke defense 29 points to nil in Game 7 of Round 1 at the Scrum Oval in Lae last weekend. With a solid core led by coach Joel Wimby, Royals capitalized on 2 early tries to dominate the match from the start to the finish. Despite their heavy loss, the young defense side showed resilience, led by PNG Pukpuk's 7th flyer Himson Tuka. In other Premier Division matches, 10 City Lights upset Iroke Pirates 10 points to 6, while the Unitec Reds edged out the Harlequins 5 points to nil. In A-grade scores, Defence 7, City Lights 3, Vikings 10, Royals 3, Reds 7, Harlequins 6, Pirates 5, Mantics 0. Under 20 and Open Women's Division also delivered strong performances across clubs. MRU President Lionel Kamiak confirmed the grand final is set for August end. A7's tournament will also follow. He thanks sponsors including Lae City Authority and Edge clubs to remain committed to completing the season. For Moro Rugby, the game is far from over. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
This weekend, PNG NRL fans are in for a treat with big round 15 clashes across 5 major rugby venues.
In round 15 of the PNG NRL Cup, teams are set to clash in 5 big matches this Saturday. At the Jona Amban Oval in Minch, home side Wagitumbe will take on Moniplas Port Moresby Vipers. Both teams are eager for points and are aiming to climb the ladder. Over in Rabaul, the ENB Egma Gurias will host Gulf Iso at Queen Elizabeth Park. Gurias will want to keep their place among the top teams. In the nation's capital, 2 exciting matches are lined up at the Santos National Football Stadium. Central Dabaris will first face the Mount Hagen Eagles. Later in the day, the Hela Wigmen go head-to-head with the Enga Mioks. Meanwhile, the Lae League ground will see the Mendi Muruks challenge the Kimbe Cutters. The Mendi Muruks are currently leading the ladder and will aim to stay on top. On the round 14 ladder, the Mendi Muruks, Lae Snakes Tigers, Ian Biegma Gurias, Goroka Binta Golahanis and Hela Wigmen are holding strong in the top 5. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Share the love with Gala Ice Cream, Gala Cone Ice Creams, Gala Stick Ice Creams, and Gala Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gala range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gala Ice Creams.
Gala Gala Yum.
Soft and Lovely Hair Growth Cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends Salons, and all retail shops near you.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Last year we had 17,000, which is nearly double what our facility is designed max capacity.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving a politically exposed presence.
Middle-income economies, the average is around 12%. For PNG, our average is 30%.
So life insurance is about protecting who you care about.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing stone meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Chuka Sports. The draw for the FFX Volleyball finals is out. Teams now know who they will face in the second finals.
The 2025 second final draws for the FFX Volleyball competition is now confirmed. The matchups promise action-packed games across all divisions. In the Women's Division 1, Buria contenders will challenge Falcons 2. Hillside will take on Bese Raukele in what is expected to be a tight match. In the Women's Premier Division, Hillside will face Chemix, while Bese Raukele goes head-to-head with Falcons. The Men's Under-21 Division will also see some big clashes. Raukele will meet Hillside and Buria contenders will face off with Falcons 1. In the Men's Premier Division, it's Raukele versus Falcons and Hillside playing against Chemix. Meanwhile, the Men's Division 1 will feature IBS Raukele taking on Snipers. Raukele will also challenge Buria contenders. Hillside will play against the winner of Game 1 and Falcons 2 will face the winner of Game 2. According to the match committee, Chairman Nugadik, all winners will move into the Grand Final playoffs. Teams that lose in this round will battle it out for the third and fourth placings. The second finals will set the stage for the thrilling finish of the 2025 FFX season. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Moving to overseas sports, in AFL, the Demons have lost a key defender to suspension.
Stephen May has been banned for 3 matches at the AFL Tribunal for a controversial collision which has really divided the AFL community. Now, the 33-year-old was sent directly to the tribunal for the hit which involved Carlton's Francis Evans from the weekend. The AFL pushed for a 3-match ban during the hearing and the tribunal panel agreed. After deliberating for more than 90 minutes, he'll miss matches against St Kilda, the West Coast Eagles and the Western Bulldogs before being eligible to return in round 23.
The Women's Euro final has been set and there will be a rematch of the Women's World Cup final after Spain defeated Germany.
Earlier this morning, both sides had plenty of opportunity to go ahead in regulation, but failed to find the back of the net in the semi-final of the European Championships in Zurich. Atana Bamani scored the winning goal in the 113th minute with a stunning strike. The world champions will take on England, who defeated Italy yesterday in the final on Monday morning Australian time. So that'll be a great matchup again, a replay of that Women's World Cup final from a few years ago.
In the women's tennis, Venus Williams has become the oldest player to win a WTA singles match in more than 2 decades.
So the 45-year-old defeated world number 35, Peyton Stearns, at the Washington Open 6-3, 6-4. It is Williams' first singles win there since 2023 in Cincinnati. Now wait for it. Stearns is 22 years her junior, and I can tell you, Lorna, that afterwards she said she wanted to show people that, you know, it's never too late. You always have a chance. It's such a great story. She is an icon, and with Rafa Nadal gone, with Roger Federer gone, thank God Novak Djokovic is still around. The more icons we have, the better. We're still missing her sister, Serena Williams.
That ends Chuka Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Chuka Sports. Chuka Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Chicken kebab saja, Yum!
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we chat with Kapari Urban Rugby Touch.
It's been quite a challenge trying to bring everybody together.
And we take you on a sports media professional's journey.
I'm currently a graphic designer and multimedia production as well.
Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. We're taking things up a notch. This week, contestants get to perform to the theme Symphonic Rock. We also get to find out who makes it through to the top 8. Mama Ground. Join us this Sunday at 7:30. Only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, like I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hatok Man, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
EMTV proudly wishes Papua New Guinea a happy 50th anniversary.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible few showers and thunderstorm. Daru, cloudy periods with some rain to rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kerema, cloudy periods with possible few showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, cloudy periods with occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Popondetta, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Momasa region, Ley City, cloudy with some evening rain to showers and possible thunderstorm. Medang, partly cloudy with possible brief evening showers. Wewak, partly cloudy with possible few rain showers. And Vanimo, cloudy periods with some rain to rain showers and possible thunderstorm. In the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, cloudy periods with some rain to rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kavieng, partly cloudy with possible few showers. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorm. Kimbe, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorm. And Buka, cloudy periods with possible few showers. And in the Highlands region, Mount Agan City, cloudy with some evening rain, 2 showers and possible thunderstorm. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiyawa, cloudy periods with rain to rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Mendi, Tari and Wabek, cloudy periods with few rain showers and possible thunderstorm. The small ships forecast. Waters of Kiwai Island to Kerema to Yule Island, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of southern PNG to Indonesian border, to Daru to Kiwai, and from Port Moresby to Wood Point to Samarai Islands, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 3.5 to 4 meters, at times along gale warning areas. Waters of north of Cape Vogel to Owen Gulf to Finschhafen, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through Vitis and Dampier Strait to CSC Island to Long Island, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters. Waters west of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of New Island and Bougainville, seas 1 to 2 meters. And waters of New Britain Island, seas 1 to 2 meters. And to ocean forecast, Coral Sea, seas rough to very rough, easterly to southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots, reaching 47 knots. Solomon Sea, seas moderate, easterly to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate, southeast to easterly winds of 15 to 20 knots. Pacific Sea, seas light to moderate, northeast to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Thursday, 24th of July, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up next. At 7 p.m. Sports Scene, 7:30 p.m. The Pacific Sports Show, 8 p.m.